Hello, Simon Hengle from Tora Kukri. Just like to introduce you to our HDR Kukri. This particular one that's copied from an original of mine, and I've got to say the Kami have done a fantastic job with this. You could barely tell the difference between this and the original, except for, of course, the age of the original. This particular one comes with a hollow forge stroke ground 31 centimetre long blade, with a belly depth of 5 centimetres and a weight of 544 grams. Now, like the original, all the HDR Kukri that I came across with this type and have owned, all of them had 2 decoration grooves by the spine there, brass bolster, brass butt cap with a diamond keeper, and of course the famous alloy handle, which is actually surprisingly good to use. I thought when I first started handling these, it'd be slippery and all that sort of thing, but no, they really stick in your hand lovely. I'll just demonstrate, it's absolutely no problem at all. Great to use, great feel. All the blades I've come across that are hollow forged are usually very, very well balanced Kukri indeed. Absolutely love these Kukris, very nice, and I used to have quite a few of these, but I've only retained one now. But yeah, lovely Kukri and plenty of history behind them. Go into that in a minute. Now, like the original, the Chapmac comes with the alloy handle and comes with the brass butt cap as well. As does the Carder. The Carder also comes with the alloy handle and the brass butt cap as well. And they're nice little knives actually. Must say they're quite useful, and a little bit chunky, and I think they do a really nice job. Of course, being a military Kukri, comes with a military style scabbard. Now, it also comes with the 2 buttons there, so you could put it through your sash, the Patuka. And in fact, in the last video I did, which was on the Gurkha Army Kukri, in the book that I recommended, the Connecticut Yankee, there's a picture in there of 2 Gurkhas in their regimental centre at Devon wearing alloy handle Kukri through their Patuka. It's quite a nice picture actually, nice smiley Gurkhas, which I always loved the pictures of them. Comes with a nice good quality frog, which is, you know, nice and strong, unlike some of the flimsy stuff you get around today as well. Just one thing, of course, with the with these, we don't supply these anymore because I've never been able to get them done quite right. But scabbards do come with a place to still put your bit of tinder in, etc. as well, and of course the housing unit for the Chapmac and Carder. Now, a great book to go along with this is the 8th Gurkha Rifles history book done by Huxford. In fact, one well-known collector in the past, and I think he's still going a bit now. He has misused the information in here or misquoted deliberately from this book and confused a lot of people trying to collect Kukri. So I'd just like to make that clear. This book clears all of those misquotes, if you like, up, and it's packed full of information. Great stuff on the 8 Gurkha Rifles history, and also some great stuff on the Kukri themselves. And that's what actually goes into when these Kukri were not available in World War II, because the demand for Kukri being made for the thousands and thousands of extra Gurkhas that were required for World War II were made. The 8 Gurkhas actually ended up having them made in their own regimental centre. Now, those tend to be a little bit rougher, well, quite a bit rougher than the one here, but they're still really good quality Kukri, and they still retain all the traits that you would expect from the alloy handle Kukri: the 2 decoration grooves, the brass bolster, the brass butt cap, the diamond keeper, and I've not seen one yet that isn't hollow forged, even from the ones that were made in World War II. But he goes into that in some detail in this book, which is great, and obviously some Gurkhas using their Kukri in action as well. There's one great story in there where a Gurkha is captured by the Germans in Italy, but for some reason or other they didn't detect he had his Kukri still on him. I guess he had his greatcoat on, and or something like that, I don't know, and they just missed him having it anyway. He waited for the appropriate moment and when the German sentry wasn't looking, pulled out his kukri, chopped his head off and ran off, and eventually rejoined his regiment. So there's lots of stuff like that in there as well. Great book, an absolutely brilliant kukri to use as well, full of history. Absolutely love it. I just hope you enjoy the video. Thank you very much indeed. Just a slight correction. What I meant to say was out of context. He didn't misquote, but he used the information in this book out of context and quite deliberately. Caused a great amount of confusion. Anyway, had to correct that, and thank you once again for listening to the video. Thank you.